Good day to you people. Today I will explain to you how to form the past in French, which is called passé composé. Passé composé is formed by the auxiliary have or the auxiliary to be. For now, we'll start with the auxiliary to have, which is auxiliaire avoir. Before I even go ahead and explain what passé composé is, I'd like for you to take 5 minutes and underline in this paragraph that I wrote myself all the tenses that you don't know. At this point, you should have some specific ones that you don't know, and all the rest you should know because you should have come across it in your career as a French student. So go ahead, underline the tenses that you don't know, and I'll see you here in 5 minutes, and I will unveil the ones that I really want to focus on. Here we are. These are the verbs that you should have had underlined in this paragraph. J'ai porté, j'ai regardé, m'a donné, j'ai compris, a causé. So, as you can see here, the verb, this sentence has three parts. You have a subject, you have the verb avoir, which is est, and then you have porter, which is your past participle. And then you have the same thing with j'ai regardé, j'ai compris. Let's go ahead and break this down and let's get into further explanations. What is passé composé? Like I said, it's the past in French, and it's formed by three parts. Let's analyze what these three parts are. First of all, you have the sujet or subject, and it can be chien, for instance, that is a noun. Then it can be Marise, which is a name, or it can be a subject pronoun like il, elle, nous, vous, and so on and so forth. Right after the subject, you should have the auxiliary or auxiliaire. Usually it's a verb être or le verbe avoir, so the verb to be or have. Look at the example that I given. Le chien, which like I said before is a subject. A, that will be your auxiliary, because now we're starting with the verb avoir. Right after this, it should be a third part, and it's the participe passé, or past participle. The example that I gave is le chien a mangé. This sentence literally means the dog has eaten. If you compare this past to the English one, it's a little different because in English we tend to use a shorter form. We would say instead of the dog has eaten, the dog ate, right? So that's the main difference. In French, you usually use this longer form, so if you so want to call it, and it has to have the subject, the auxiliary. In this case, we're doing to have, and then the participe passé, which is manger in this case, and eaten will be in English. So eaten, if I give you another example, I have bought. Bought will be your participe passé or past participle. Now you have to know how to make the past participle in French, and we will explore this right now. There are irregular verbs and regular verbs. Let's start with the regular verbs, les verbes réguliers. Verbs are divided in verbs that end in er, for instance, regarder, parler, and so on and so forth. Then you have the verbs in ir, finir, choisir, and so on and so forth. And then you have le verbe that ends in re, descendre, vendre, and so on and so forth. So look how you basically form the participe passé. The participe passé of the passé composé, or the past, it's formed with the verb er just by adding an e to the infinitive of the verb. You drop the er and you add an e. Choisir, same thing. Tu as choisi. Vendre, il a vendu. These are for the one that ends in re. Let's get into specific. So with the verbs that end in er, like regarder, like I said, you take the verb in infinitive form, which is infinitive means the verb that is not conjugated. So regarder, you cut off or cut out the last two words, er, and then you add an accented e. Je regarder. That's your example. So very easy. For the verbs that end in ir, you basically do the same thing. You pick the verb in infinitive, you cut down the two last words, and then you add an I at the end. J'ai choisi. Third, the verbs that end in re, now you have to still take the infinitive, cut out re, and then you have to add an u. So j'ai vendu, and that will be your passé composé with the verbs er, ir, and re. Your how to form the past participle in the passé composé, and this is with the regular verbs. Now let's get into complicated. Les participes passés des verbes irréguliers, which means they're regular verbs. And see, the girl is tearing her head apart because it gets a little more complicated. Let's see. This is a list of all the verbs that are irregular. And unfortunately, all you have to do is memorize them and try to use them. And the more you use them, like they say in French, au fur et à mesure, the more you use them, you will learn them and it will come more natural to you. But for now, you have to really take a look at them and try to memorize them. And there's avoir, that's infinitive, and then the participe passé, it's eu. And to do the example that I gave is j'ai eu, means I have had. Boire, another example, is basically an infinitive. Then you have participe passé bu to say the example that I gave is elle a bu. She drank, or she has drunk, basically. That's how you form all the passé composé with the verb avoir, and these ones are the regular ones, and you only have to memorize them. But like I said, the more you use them, the more it will come for you natural to you to use them, and you will know which ones are the irregular ones. So this was my explanation. I hope it was clear. You can go back and listen to it again, and I'll put the list of the regular verbs and the document on how to form it right under this video. I put this slide and the document in Word, so you can download it and check it out for yourself. Okay, see you next tutorial. Bye now.